Well, they scored on their first shot and their last shot, but in between, the familiar refrain of not being able to navigate through, the tight periods, meaning the third period, Marty. This has become an issue for the team. It's on consecutive nights on this road trip that they enter the third period tied and are unable to come away with points.
Yeah, and one of the three keys to the game from Rob Ray was play sound defensively. And you look at the type of goals they've given up in this game. Nicholas Raw was alone in front of Carter Hutton. You've got William Karlsson alone in front of Hutton on the redirect. Riley Smith had plenty of time to walk around everybody to tuck it in. I know Carter overplayed it a little bit, but still he had plenty of time, too much time in the National Hockey League to be able to give that type of player. A player who has 27 goals now, that's his career high in goals for Riley Smith, so he comes around and gets that goal. So I understand that they were really close throughout the whole game. The scoring chances were low, but when you give out those type of breakdowns in your defensive zone to a team like the Vegas Golden Knights that are, they can play, they can put the puck in the net. They're waiting for those opportunities, and they took fully advantage of a few breakdowns to be able to put it in the back of the net.
Sabres have lost 12 times now when tied after 2 periods of play. That's tied with Arizona for most in the league. But what's most telling is they were 3-0-5 at one point, which is meaning you're getting points every time. They've lost 7 of the last 9 times when tied after 2, all in regulation. Those are, you think about just getting a handful of those points, Marty, and what a different feel it might have. But regardless, you look at what they were up against, and I mentioned them scoring on the first shot, which maybe could have been unsettling for Robin Lehner, but Lehner would go on to be just about perfect the rest of the way, save for that last shot for Jeff Skinner. So for that, and the fact that it was a pretty balanced offensive game from most of the Golden Knights, we give Robin the Lexus leader in his Vegas debut.
Yeah, Robin Lehner, you look at what he was able to accomplish. When he's sound, when he stays deep in his crease, we've seen that in the Buffalo Sabres uniform. When there's not a lot of movement to his game, he's definitely better. The Sabres were targeting Lehner on wraparounds. You saw Jeff Skinner on the wraparound a couple of times. Saw Rasmus Dahlin on wraparounds as well. Skinner gets a goal in the wraparound. Now, don't get me wrong, Lehner was lucky on a couple of pucks that went through him. Jake McCain was one of them. VC had another one in the third period. But when Lehner just simplifies his game, and we've seen that with the New York Islanders, the way the Islanders play in front of their goaltender, it becomes a lot simpler game for the goaltender's point of view. I think that for Lehner, he kept it simple, and the Sabres had some scoring chances, not enough from right in front of Robin Lehner. When the numbers at the end of the game, you put them together, the amount of shots or shot attempts from the inner slots from right in front of the goaltender, not enough of those, so it made it a little bit easier on Robin Lehner to look good and feel good in this game.
A lot of blocks from the defenders in front of him, too, which I'm sure he's going to enjoy playing behind. Lehner 4-2-2 lifetime against the Sabres. Carter Hutton and company fall here in Vegas. Buffalo yet to win in their first 3 trips to Vegas, as the Golden Knights have now won 8 straight games and continue to widen their lead in the NHL's Pacific Division. And, of course, much of this dramatic and impressive run for the Golden Knights under the watchful eye of their new coach, Pete DeBoer.